Hey guys, good morning. It is Tuesday, April 30th, and wow, we're already having heat wave issues here in New Jersey. Yesterday it was like 90 degrees. So back here in the garden, our south-facing garden, for those of you who follow along, you know how hot it gets back here. It was like a blowtorch. It was so dry. I mean, I started planting out. Now, I'm under like so much pressure to get this right, and I'm certain that so many of you out there are as well. But it's going from like extraordinarily hot during the day to still chilly at night. So the weather forecasts are all over the place. You know, one day it says it's going to drop down into the 40s at night, and then the next day it says it's going to be 54 at night. So I've been hardening off the tomatoes and the flowers out in the greenhouse, and so the tomatoes are basically moved out at this point. And they're so big that I can't bring them in the house. I mean, they have huge support stakes on them now. I almost poked my eye out yesterday, working too fast, trying to carry everything and bending over without paying attention. And I literally hit my eye right above like the eyelid. If I would have went into it, it would have been a disaster. But there's so much pressure now to get everything out of the house. Get rid of the gnats, get rid of the plants, and it's like you want to be, you're so grateful because you're having such a successful time at sowing beautiful, healthy seedlings. But it's like, okay, I want to be done with this portion of it. I want to be grateful, but I want to be done too. I did such a good job at getting all of this stuff started. The last thing I want to do is lose it because it's bursting out of its pots, or because I became too anxious and compulsive to plant it out too early. So right now I'm deliberating on whether or not I should put a few things out into the garden. Like I said, yesterday it said that the nighttime temperatures were going to stay in the 50s, but now I'm seeing that they could go down to 46. And if I plant my romas out in a certain way with supports, I would be able to cover them with frost cloth. But I don't know if I want to go through all that because it will have me awake at night. So we're at that place right now. I'm certain that some of you are in the same place with me, so talking it out actually helps me. We're in zone 7A, but it seems like in the daytime we're like in some zone 9. I don't know. It's crazy bipolar temperatures back here. So I'm going to turn you around and show you what my inventory, this is part of my inventory, and I'll show you what I started to plant out. But I've got to water because things are crashing already, and this is just really stressful. So I was out here at a little after 6, moving everything out of the greenhouse to, let it get a cool morning to harden off. And, I started to say, and I caught myself, these tomatoes are so huge that I saw tomatoes of this size. Oh, I see a pep tomato now that has to be watered. These are so big in Costco yesterday. I think they were like $16 or $17 a plant. So this is getting crazy. All right, I had to put you down and handle that because my giant crimson decided to take a droop, and I have a giant Abe Lincoln here that is giving me some issues too, because right now I'm in a place where either I need to pot up or I need to pot out, and I'm we're days away from being able to plant out. So the stress and the decisions of this is just totally consuming my thoughts, and it's like I have so much to do, just trying to keep it together here. All right, so here's what I'm dragging out of the greenhouse for the day. We have so much weeding to do. The retaining wall project outside has consumed so much time. I mean, we have very limited time to work on such enormous projects. So with my back being as bad as it is, I'm helping even less with this sort of stuff. So it's a little bit, we're just all over the place, and I'm certain that some of you out there are going through the same thing. Oh, look how luckily these things they bounce back really, really fast. So they must be pretty healthy. They just needed a drink. So anyway, I started emptying my flower pots. I started my little seedling pots, I should say. But look, here's my columbine. This is ready to go out. And a lot of this stuff is still in these containers because a lot of these things, like I grew a bunch of salvia, I'm saving it for the wall project up front, and it's not done yet. So this stuff I'm going to have to pot up. So I thought, all right, let me just start planting out flowers and see what happens. So last year's pot, I forget what I had in here, but besides the Leatris that is coming back, I added some Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth in there. In this bed, oh look, my sweet peas are doing good. I'll be adding zinnias. I have alliums coming up. And then I created a bunch of my pollinator garden pots. I'm polarized by the fact that when the grackles come, they just leave a huge mess everywhere with their, look at this. This is what happens when you have grackles. You see all these are from their babies. So they remove these, like, I don't know if they're mucus sacs or poop sacs or what, but they try to put them in the pond and they drop them everywhere. So we always deal with this every spring. So right now our yard looks like an absolute disaster between the bird poop, the weeds, trying to get everything planted out, dealing with things being demanding and wilting. And then I've got the boys over there. They're not really cooperating much these days. Anyway, my conversations are going to be all over the place, so bear with me. Just being human here, a vulnerable human. So these pots I planted out. Now here's an interesting thing. I grew these from seed. Got these from Swallowtail. Paid a lot of money for them. They're beautiful, but they just seem like they're just ordinary petunias. Why did I pay so much for these seeds? I don't really understand. But anyway, everything in these pots was grown from seed. This is my pollinator gardens. So I'm giving petunias and Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth, Heavenly Blue Tweedia, milkweed. Here's tropical milkweed. So also in here with all the milkweed that I'm offering, I'm doing parsleys. I have yarrow in here, fennel, dill, all sorts of stuff, because when the butterflies come and lay their eggs, they need to eat. So that's why there's so much dill and parsley mixed in with yarrow, milkweed, things like that. So we want to attract everyone. So this one is going to be full of milkweed and what did I do? Yellow yarrow and then a multicolored yarrow. Can't wait to see the Heavenly Blue Tweedia. That should be interesting. So this is the start of those gardens, and I have a few left. So a lot of the flowers that I'm growing from seed is starting to get planted out. One of the things that I did a little bit different with the bigger pots was I added my Tithonia, which is Mexican sunflower torch. Some of these are from seeds that I harvested last year from a plant that I bought at a farm stand. And then some of them are from, I think, Botanical Interest I got them from. But again, you know, this plant does tend to get big. So I have to, this is all an experiment. I figured it's a big enough pot, and last year we had it in the ground over here and it was kind of shallow rooted. It's just going to have a big wide canopy, and I'm going to put 5-foot stakes in this pot to hold this thing up. I think it has a better chance of being held up in the pot with a stake than it does in the ground. So we know that the hummingbirds and the monarchs loved the Mexican sunflower. So again, I'm offering dill, fennel, and other flowers in here. I have some nasturtium that will be hanging out. So hopefully these pots will come up really pretty. Everything needs a big drink. So do you guys have forests of volunteers? I mean, it's wonderful, but I don't want to cull any of them. I have calendula, lots and lots of cosmos and zinnias. So this is another thing that's consuming my time, is I'm trying to separate every volunteer of flower from weeds, collect them and replant them somewhere else to be, you know, to be mindful of that. So that has to get done today. I only have one bed available here for the tomatoes. The rest of them still have radishes. They're almost done. I almost pulled them out Saturday just to make space for the soil, but instead we had some old bags and we bagged up the soil so we can fill the beds. But oh, look, it looks like either the pill bugs or slugs are already nibbling at my radishes, so I'm gonna have to pull them out. I did get a good harvest of radishes Saturday, and oh my goodness, Looks like I'm gonna have a bunch more. Yay. So I can free this up and we can get this area cleaned out. Just a couple hot days and the radishes went nuts. Hockey, are you being good today? Are you being good and quiet? How about you, Allie? You being good? Hey, Mr. Buddy, you being good? Letting mommy work it all out? Mr. Buddy, are you gonna sing a song? All right, kids. Gotta stay out here while it's nice out because it's gonna get too hot again. Mommy's got so much to do. I don't know what direction to go in. So anyway, you guys, thanks for letting me talk it out and listening to me. Are you under the same pressure to know which direction to go in when you have all these seedlings and you want to plant out your tomatoes, but you know it's too soon. You know it's too soon, and I'm days away. So it becomes like obsessive compulsive. Plant out, don't plant out, plant out. I mean, I'm going to have to make a decision here. So I'm probably going to end up waiting because with these nighttime temperatures going down into the 40s, I just have to make sure these tomatoes stay watered. I'm going to have to reevaluate. Maybe a few of them need to be potted up just to hold them over for another week or so, because the last thing I want to do is ruin all of my hard work over the last, well, it's not even 2 months yet. I think I said that I started my tomatoes on March 13th, and then I've already potted them up once. So the fact that it hasn't even been 60 days yet is incredible that they've grown so well. So, and I've lived with the mess in the kitchen, and I'm certain that a lot of you have as well. So it's always nice to have somebody to commiserate with that understands. So anyway, guys, stay tuned for the updates. A lot's about to happen. We're juggling a lot of things. We have a lot of balls in the air. So bear with us as we have some all over the place videos. But anyway, if you're about to make a big decision and plant out too soon just to get it out of your kitchen and cope with the mess, take a minute and talk it out. Hey guys, I sure hope you like my hair today. We were working outside in the rain, working on the wall. We had a second load of soil delivered, but anyway, it's editing Leigh from the future. So my memory card was full and it abruptly cut me off, but isn't that the story of my life? What I was trying to say was, with all of your efforts, look, obviously I didn't plant out and I'm glad that I didn't. My inventory here is incredible. These are just some of my peppers behind me. So hopefully none of you planted out in too much haste. I'm glad that I didn't, because last night the temperatures went down to like 46 here. It was really quite chilly. And I had all of the tomatoes and all of the flower starters in the greenhouse and they held up wonderfully. It was just enough of a temperature difference to keep them over 50 degrees and they were fine, but I don't know that things would have went so well if I would have planted them out. So for all of the effort and hard work that you've put in, all my gardener friends who are working so hard to grow seedlings, take your time and embrace this moment and look at all these seedlings like your little children. And we don't want to rush them out of the house too quickly. We want to embrace this time where they're still little babies and we nourished them to this point and we got them so beautiful. And when we put them out at the right moment, and they'll grow strong and they'll be productive and it'll all work out. So, but it truly is any day now, you guys, any day. So hopefully you're going to be seeing this video tonight. I think I said it was Saturday, May 4th. I can't remember because we are deliriously tired from working outside. We're having lots of issues with the wall. But anyway, stay tuned. My memory card was full because we've been making so much content for you guys, and we're trying to catch up to the editing and everything, and we're only getting like 4 hours of sleep at night. So I hope that you'll watch this video to the end, and hopefully you'll see this, and if it help to inspire you or motivate you to grow some food and remain a student of the earth, please give this video a thumbs up. If you enjoy our content, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And we truly hope that you will take this journey with us and stay encouraged and motivated and inspired to grow some food. So thanks, guys. I hope to see you in the next video. Make some comments. We love chatting with you and reading where all of you new subscribers are from. And if you didn't sign off yet, by the way, I can't tell you how over the moon I am to speak to Ireland and Belgium and all the wonderful places around the world. It has just done something to me spiritually to know that I'm actually reaching different parts of the world and not, you know, just a few miles from home. But on the same note, when I realize that I'm talking to someone who is just a few miles from home and we're kind of neighbors, that's just as wonderful too. So it's all really wonderful. So we're really enjoying all of you guys. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next video.